Kevin McCarthy announced he's going to call his own investigation into January 6th. This needs to happen. Now, it's true, Republicans will lack subpoena power and the ability to compel witnesses to testify. But there are plenty of witnesses eager to tell their stories, like the people who've appeared on this network, Newsmax.
It was grandmas, it was children, it was dogs and patriots. It's being portrayed like we're some kind of terrorists.
Not only did I not get violent, I did what I could to help officers at certain points.
By the time we got out, the raids had already taken place inside the Capitol.
The way that we were treated was unconstitutional and inappropriate.
Well, those are stories that need to be told, not just on Newsmax, but officially in the congressional record to counter the fake news we will most certainly get from Nancy Pelosi and her sham of a select committee. Well, joining me now for his reaction to all of this is the Executive Vice President of the Trump Organization. Donald Trump Jr. is with us. Don, welcome.
Good to be with you. How are you?
I'm good, Don. I wish it was in better circumstances, but what do you make of Nancy Pelosi's moves today?
Well, listen, dictators are going to dictate. That's what they do. You see how the left has responded to everything. They want a one-sided narrative. You would think with mainstream media on their side, with big tech on their side, you would think that would be enough of an advantage. But the fact that Nancy Pelosi would literally kick off the ranking member of the Judiciary Committee off of this, Jim Jordan, the leader of the largest, caucus in the House, off of their Jim Banks, but still have a known liar like Adam Schiff, arguably the biggest liar in the history of the United States Congress. For 4 years, we heard about how he had seen with his own eyes the evidence of Russia collusion. He gets up there. He leaked during my testimony when I did 30 hours in front of various committees, whether it be House or Senate, about what they all knew was total nonsense. So this is what authoritarians do. They want to make sure there's only one side of the argument, there's only one opinion to be had, and again, they will have the mainstream media carry their nonsense narrative. Social media will do what it can to suppress the other side, and that's what we're doing. We are devolving into what we hate about Russia or communist China, and all of the things that we hold near and dear in America in terms of free speech, in terms of equality, are down the tubes only one way. You don't see the same stuff happening to Hunter Biden. You don't see anyone questioning whether Adam Schiff should really be on there, given the nonsense that he's perpetrated on the American people and the lies he's told for the last few years. But I'm really glad that Kevin McCarthy is pushing back and calling this what it is, that he's withdrawing the Republicans so they can keep doing their witch hunt, because they're going to do it one way or the other anyway. So Kevin McCarthy, it's good to see Republicans actually fighting back on the lies and on the nonsense.
Well, not to get you more upset, Don, but I want to play you a soundbite from a so-called Republican that Nancy Pelosi appointed this committee, and that is, of course, Liz Cheney. Listen to what she had to say today.
The rhetoric that we have heard from the minority leader is disingenuous. At every opportunity, the minority leader has attempted to prevent the American people from understanding what happened, to block this investigation. She objected to two, one of whom may well be a material witness to events that led to that day, that led to January 6th. The other, who disqualified himself by his comments in particular over the last 24 hours, demonstrating that he is not taking this seriously.
Don, I'm going to tell you something. Listening to her makes me sick to my stomach. She's dangerous for America. She's certainly dangerous for the Republican Party. And I don't know why Kevin McCarthy hasn't stripped her already of every single committee assignment she has.
Well, she's lost her role in leadership, and that was a long time coming. They got that done. She's probably never going to win something else because she's clearly not willing to represent the people of Wyoming, arguably the most conservative state in the union, overwhelmingly pro-Trump. She's decided that there's a better business model to be anti-Republican. That way she can get a little attention from the left. The media will love her. They'll give her a role on CNN when she inevitably loses her job in Congress. That's what it is. She might as well be a Democrat. With Republicans like that, you don't need Democrats because they will do their bidding. So she'll find the one or two useful idiots in Congress, Nancy Pelosi will. They'll empower them to make it seem like it's bipartisan. They'll be running around and saying it's a bipartisan committee because you got Liz Cheney and Adam Schiff. Give me a break. No one is this stupid, but they're still going to try to pull the wool over the eyes of the American people. But what's really nice is the American people have been watching. They've been watching this administration and the Democrats for the last 6 months. And all the things that we were told, this administration's not going to be radical. Everything's going to be fine. We're not going to hurt energy in America. We're not going to end pipelines. We would never do these things. We're not going to start up wars in the Middle East again and create a disaster there. And they've been watching, and they're realizing now that they've been lied to. And then they realize that the administration, it will be very patronizing to them, like telling them they're saving 16 cents at their 4th of July barbecue. When everyone with a brain realizes that if you start your car and drive about 2.5 feet down your driveway, that 16 cents is gone because of stupid policies by radical Democrats. This administration's not the moderate administration that the American public was sold by the Democrats, by the mainstream media, and social media. It's the most radical administration probably in American history, and we are reaping those results. We are seeing the rewards, and they're not so good for the American people. They've been a disaster on every front, and Americans get it.
Look, you warned the people about it. We warned the people about it. Your father warned the people about it, and it's all coming to fruition now. I think it'll be overwhelming in 2022. You know, Don, the attacks are never going to stop coming. I don't think ever. I think even if your father wins the second term, I don't think they're ever going to stop. But I just want to say on behalf of all of us, thank you for keeping up the fight, and thank your father for keeping up the fight as well, your entire family. Don, thanks for coming on tonight.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it, and we will keep fighting that.